Good afternoon, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. The New South Wales Greens have blasted the Premier over his commitment to cut the Newcastle rail line. The line is due to be removed from December 26 and light rail eventually laid in its place. The Greens claim recent allegations of conflict of interest should deter the removal. Greens MP and Transport spokesperson Maureen Fariki says the government needs to review its options.
Just last week, the Federal Senate unanimously called on the New South Wales government to reverse its decision to truncate the heavy rail line into Newcastle. This government's arrogance and lack of respect for the people of Hunter is truly astonishing. There is still time for the Premier to see sense on this.
Police have arrested two boys after they allegedly tried to break into a grocery store at Ellamore Vale. Police say the pair used a metal bar to try and get into the Crowdest Road store just after 12:30 this morning, but fled when the alarm went off. A police dog later tracked them down in nearby bushland. They've both been officially cautioned under the Young Offenders Act and released to the custody of their parents. New South Wales Fire Commissioner Greg Mullins is in the region today to officially unveil more than $4 million worth of firefighting facilities. $2.4 million has been spent on a major refurbishment of Cardiff Fire Station to provide a state-of-the-art facility to the community. Greg Mullins says a brand new fire station costing $1.9 million is now operating at Salamander Bay, which also features training rooms and a gym.
We have two fire engines that are here day to day looking after the community, but if there's something like a major bushfire in the area, we can stage resources from Newcastle or Sydney or surrounding areas to back up the rural fire service as well. We've got a retained crew who are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and Monday to Friday during business hours we have a full-time crew of 4 who are always there to respond instantly.
Hunter aged care providers are concerned the quality of care will decline when the federal government's payroll tax supplement ceases next year. The supplement will cease from January 1, removing $650 million from the aged care industry nationally. CEO of Leading Age Services Australia, Charles Worth, says the industry needs support to meet the demands of an ageing population.
We think this decision will lead to unintended consequences. It's a short-sighted decision to remove this supplement, and if aged care providers keep having to pay payroll tax, it will limit our ability to employ, and it will certainly impact our budgeted rosters in terms of how we go about delivering care.
Researchers from the Hunter Medical Research Institute are celebrating after receiving $1.7 million in funding. The money comes from the Cancer Institute of New South Wales Fellowship funding and will be focused towards melanoma and ovarian cancer research and finding ways to address chemotherapy resistance. Dr. Nicola Bowden from the Institute says the funding will greatly advance cancer research.
So my research focuses on why melanomas are resistant to all different sorts of chemotherapy, and we think we found the reason for that, and trying to overcome that resistance and get chemotherapy to work again. So the funding will actually fund me and my lab for 3 years.
Briefly, a child is recovering in a Hunter hospital after being diagnosed with meningococcal disease. It's the 10th confirmed case in the region this year. There were 11 reported cases last year. Updating sport, after playing second fiddle to Mark Berighitti for the past 2 seasons, Jets goalkeeper Ben Kennedy is more prepared than ever to secure the highly coveted position. Overcoming a spate of injuries, the homegrown talent produced a crucial save in the 87th minute of Sunday's F3 derby. Going off contract at the end of the season, the 27-year-old says he's determined to cement his spot in the team. Despite finishing 6th at the Australian Open, Charlestown golfer Jake Hickenbottom still has the Australian PGA Championships in his sights. To make this a reality, the 21-year-old flew to Jakarta yesterday to compete in the 3 remaining tournaments of the Asian Golf Tour. He'll need to climb 14 places into the top 60 to retain his card. And the Hunters' Isaac Heaney has commenced training with the Sydney Swans, with the full squad returning to the field yesterday. The Cardiff Hawks Junior is being heralded as the top talent among the game's newest recruits. To NURFM News Time, 10 past 12.